craft beer the other day, and while it was deliciously hoppy, I didn't feel great after drinking it. So I did some Googling, and I found out a couple of interesting facts. Did you know that 70% of your body's immune system resides in your gut? I didn't know that until I'd looked it up. But what I do know from personal experience and from reading about it, that my brain's function, my mood, my cognitive capacity are all linked to the health of my digestive system. Effectively, the health of my gut has a major impact on my mental health and on my immune system. That is why today we are doing a yoga class to help with digestion. By exercising, by doing yoga asanas, we're going to increase blood flow to the digestive system. This will massage our food along the digestive tract, causing it to work more quickly and effectively. But more importantly, if you're feeling constipated, bloated, or gassy, or your brain is feeling foggy, this yoga class will help you move that along to get you feeling good again. Please would you subscribe to this channel by pressing the red button below, and would you like this video as well? It helps me know that people like you support me being a yoga content creator. Thank you. Let's get to it. The first thing that we're going to do is come down into a child's pose, but just in case you've recently eaten, would you please take 30 minutes before doing this exercise? Or if you're on your moon cycle, then maybe just see how your body feels, and you're very welcome to do this class, but if you feel like it's not quite right, please listen to your body and just make sure that you're being really in tune with what your body needs right now. Otherwise, for the rest of us, let's hop down onto our knees and bring them wide, bring your feet together. Just start by bringing your hips back onto your heels. And when you're ready, you can let your belly drop between your legs, stretch your arms out and bring your forehead onto the floor. Take some time to settle in. Feel your shoulders and your neck relax. And take 10 deep breaths in this position. Use this time to let the day that has been just drop away. Start to feel your body relax. Find a smooth rhythm to your inhales and your exhales. Feel the space around the hips, the space around the shoulders, and the space around the neck soften and relax down. We have about 5 more breaths here. Try to slow your breathing down. Relax the muscles in your face and any other muscles that are holding tension or tightness. Take your final deep breath in and out here. After the exhale, press into your feet, press into your hands, and gently bring yourself up to a tabletop position. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Flatten your feet out onto the floor and lift your back up to the ceiling. See if you can turn the creases of your elbows to point forward to the top of your mat. Extend out through the top of the head and imagine that you're reaching your head forward and drawing your spine nice and long. And let's take 5 breaths here before we come into our yoga practice. Just take the time to notice what's going on in your belly and in your gut. To just pay attention to the weight of your body as you rest in this tabletop position. Notice the ease or the challenge of breathing. And as we move in and out of our yoga asanas, our sequences, please just be mindful of what your body is experiencing right now and go as fast or as slow, as hard or as soft as feels right for you. And if at any point you need to or want to take a break, please feel encouraged to do that. Take one more breath here. Just press down into your hands. Lift your back up to the ceiling a little bit higher. And then we are going to start with a few cat-cows. So when you're ready, you can tuck your toes under and take a small cat-cow to begin with. Gently drop your belly downwards and open your chest up, lifting your chin up slightly. Exhale to round your back, to point your tailbone down towards the floor, and draw your chin down towards your chest. Inhaling, dropping the belly down, opening the chest up, noticing how your body is responding. Exhale, draw your tailbone down, feel the stretch in your back as you roll your spine towards the ceiling. Start to take your cat-cow a little deeper. And notice how you feel as you move in and out of these variations. Notice how your spine feels. Notice how your belly feels. Do you feel any discomfort, or does it feel pretty okay right now? Take your final cat-cow. And then come to a neutral position. And from here, we're going to extend our right leg back behind us and move the heel forwards and backwards to stretch into the hamstring. I just played a bit of football, and so my hamstring is feeling really tight. And when you're ready, come up onto your left fingertips. Find some balance by grounding down into your right hand and kicking down into the left foot, pressing the left knee into the floor. Lift your right leg up off the floor. Extend your left arm out in front of you. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your elbow and your knee together and round your back to the ceiling slightly. Let's take 4 more breaths like that. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bring the limbs together, rounding the back to the ceiling. Keep going. I think we've got one more. I always lose count. When you're ready, bring the limbs back onto the floor, stretch your left leg back behind you, and move the heel forwards and backwards. Now, it's important to go slow when we first start our yoga practice, and especially so when you've got any kind of digestive issues. We don't want to power through anything that our body might not be ready for. When you're ready, come up onto your right fingertips, lift your left leg up off the floor, and find your balance by kicking that right foot down and grounding down into the left hand. Stretch your right arm out in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, bring your elbow and your knee together, round your back to the ceiling. 4 more breaths like that. Inhale to extend, and exhale, bring your limbs back down onto the floor. Before we move into our next sequence, make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders. Lift your back up to the ceiling. To warm our wrists up, we're going to start to circle our shoulders around our wrists, like so. Just take a big breath in here, and a slow breath out. Then circle the other way, inhaling and exhaling. Good, and when you're ready, bring your ankles together and cross them over. Press into your hands and come into a seated position. From here, I want you to bring your feet together. Take your hands around your ankles and gently press your elbows down into your legs. See if you can breathe into your belly and into your chest and feel it expand. And as you exhale, press down into your legs using those elbows and tilt your chest forward, draw your chin down and hold here. We're creating a bit of space in the hips and around that lower front part of the belly. Take 3 deep breaths in and out here, and think of inflating your belly forward, inflating your chest forward on the inhale. And as you exhale, try to soften those muscles. Feel them relax. 2 more breaths. Good job. Next, we're going to extend our feet a little further forward to create a bit of a diamond shape. I'll come side on again to show you. So the first one, our feet were quite close. For this one, our feet are a little further away. And again, hold onto your ankles, breathe into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, press your elbows down into your legs, draw your belly and your chest forward, and tuck your chin down. Again, expand your belly forward as you breathe in. And as you exhale, do your best to relax the muscles in your belly. Take 2 more breaths in that manner. After that second exhale, press into your feet and lift yourself up. We're going to do what might feel like a bit of an out of sync sequence, but it's important that before we move deeper into the muscles around the belly and get them moving, that we have created space and openness by stretching, through stretching. From here, what I'd like you to do is extend your legs out, coming into a wider legged forward fold position. If you feel like your hamstrings or your lower back are a little bit tight here, today I'd like you to bend your knees, keep those feet active, and just hold in this position. And in fact, I'll do that with you because my hamstrings are a little bit tight. When you're ready, just take your hands onto your shins, take a big breath into your belly and into your chest. And the same thing as we did in the last 2 yoga asanas, we're going to draw our belly and our chest forward and fold ourselves down. And what you're looking for in this stretch is to create space in your lower back. So if you can feel a stretch around the hips and the lower back, you're doing this correctly. Just let your chin drop down, relax your shoulders, find the stretch, and start to breathe into your back body. Two more breaths here. Good. When you're ready, press down into your feet and lift yourself up. And now we're going to come back into a cross-legged position. I know it seems counterintuitive that we did that, but it's important to make sure that that lower back is open before we move. And from here, we're going to do what we refer to as a typical twist. But I'd like you to take it extra gently today, just to make sure that whatever's going on in your belly is not being forced into anything, that we're slowly easing our belly into this position. When you're ready, take a moment to sit down, pressing into your feet and your hips to extend your spine up nice and tall. And then start by inhaling to lift your arms up and reach them as high as you can. As you exhale, keep the height in the spine and just let the arms and the shoulders relax down. Let's do that 2 more times. Each time, I want you to extend your spine up. So reach up a little bit higher, a little bit taller. And as you exhale, keep the height in your spine. Relax your arms and your shoulders down. Last one here, breathing in. And breathing out. Good. I'm going to turn side on again so you can see me properly. If you've done a twist before, perhaps you haven't done this technique. So just watch as I come into it. Take your right hand onto your left knee. Take your left hand behind you. That's pretty standard, right? And at the same time as you inhale, I want you to extend up through your spine as you normally would. But what I'd like you to do with that back hand, with your left hand, is to drive the heel of the hand, this bit here, down into the ground. When you do this, it drops your shoulder away from your neck and it stops the muscles around the shoulder and the neck seizing up. It stops the chance of that happening. So drive that left hand down, and as you do so, think of reaching up through the top of the head so that you're nice and regal. You're feeling nice and tall here as you do that. Keep pressing down, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, draw your chin in towards your neck. This lengthens up the spine a little bit taller, and look towards your left elbow. Let's start to twist here. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, just really, really gently start to twist a little deeper and release the muscles around the midline of your body. So around the belly area, around the gut. Just breathe here. Make sure your inhales are nice and full, and try to relax a little bit more. Twist a little bit deeper as you exhale. Keep pressing your left hand into the ground. 3 more breaths. Good, and when you're ready, you can slowly turn your head back to the front of your mat. I'd like you to keep holding this position with your arms and just drop your right shoulder down towards your right knee. You'll feel a stretch in the left side of your lower back as you do this. That's what we want. If you want to try and look up, you can. This is a nice extra stretch for the neck. But if you're doing so, please draw your chin in towards your neck. This will keep your spine nice and long. Take 3 deep breaths into the left side of your lower back. Good, and then slowly lift yourself up to a vertical position. Again, sweep your hands out to the side, then up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, keep that height in your spine. Just drop your hands down through to your heart center. And then release your left hand onto your left knee. Bring your right hand behind you. And before you come into the full twist, start by pressing that right hand down into the floor. That drops the right shoulder away from the right ear. eases the muscles around the neck. Notice how it feels to twist to this right side. Does it feel different from the previous side? Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, start to twist. Start to release around that midline. 4 more breaths here. Good. After that 4th exhale, slowly turn your head to face the front of the room. Drop your left shoulder down towards your left knee and find the stretch in the right side of your lower back. You can have a go at looking up if you'd like. Keep the chin drawn in towards the neck to keep the spine nice and extended. And when you're ready, gently bring yourself back up to that neutral position. Good, we're going to come onto our hands and our knees again and do 3 cat-cows just to see how our body feels. So when you're ready, drop your belly down, open your chest up. It should feel a little bit easier to come into this position. And as you exhale into your cat position, you should notice that it's even easier to do that too. And you feel how opening the lower back up creates a little bit more space. Just take another 2 breaths here like that. How is your gut feeling now? Does it feel a little bit easier to move, or do you still feel quite restricted? After that 2nd exhale, come back to a neutral position, a neutral spine. Place your left hand through the center of your mat, directly between your pectoral muscles. When you're ready, I'd like you to lift your right arm up. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, sweep your right hand underneath your left armpit. Slide it as far across as you can before dropping your right shoulder down. This is a little bit more of a passive twist in your body. So just notice how it feels for you. You can take your left hand onto your lower back if you'd like. And let's take 5 deep breaths here. Notice that it feels a little bit different to breathe in this position. This is all part of the massaging of the digestive system. Two more breaths. I'm always trying to keep count and also think of and try to remember the next thing that we're doing. But also to feel the stretch as well, so that we're doing it together. Alrighty, after that 5th breath, take your left hand underneath your head. And what I like to do when we come out of this position is I want you to sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling. So extend it all the way up. So breathing in, press down to your left hand, sweep your right arm up. A little bit of a counter twist. And as you exhale, bring your right hand down onto the floor. Good job. We're going to do the other side now. So when you're ready, sweep your left arm up, big breath in. And as you exhale, sweep the left hand underneath that right armpit, bring yourself down onto the floor, and take your right hand onto your lower back. Take 5 deep breaths here with me. Let the twist and the motion be a little bit more passive. Take your final big breath in and out. And when you're ready, gently bring your right hand down onto the floor and sweep that left arm up. Good job. Bring your left hand down onto the floor. And from here, we're going to step our left foot to our left wrist, our right foot to our right wrist. We've got about three. I've just got to change how that phone feels in my pocket. We've got about 3 yoga asanas left to do. From here, what I'd like you to do is take your arms onto the insides of your legs and bring your palms gently together. Now, if you struggle to get your ankles down onto the floor, then you can take some bricks and place them either underneath your sitting bones, which is my preference for you today, or some people like to take the bricks underneath their heels. And you can take 2 of them there. If you don't have bricks, you can use a cushion or you can use some books. So just pause the video if you need to go and grab those. But I'm going to place this brick underneath my sitting bones. If you don't have a brick or you don't use one, that's okay too. Today, instead of trying to open the hips and taking our aim and our focus towards opening the hips by pressing our arms outwards, I'd like you to ground your hands down onto the floor, relax your shoulders, and just start by taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out to soften. The focus and the aim here today is just to relax around those hips, to relax around the belly, and to let the energy flow downwards. We're going to take 4 cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale out of your mouth. Feel your body soften and relax. 3 more. Two more. And final breath here. Good job. When you're ready, you can slowly push yourself forward and remove the brick out of the way if you're using one. And from here, I'd like you to lower yourself down onto your back. And as you do so, bring your knees into your chest and start to circle them to massage the lower back and to massage the front of the belly as well. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And then circle your knees the other way. Full breath in, full breath out. We've got one more pose here. It's the hardest one, and it's meant to engage the muscles of the belly a little bit stronger to get the blood flowing and to get our digestive system moving more efficiently and more effectively. When you're ready, just extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Give them a bit of a stretch if you'd like. And take a big breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to reach your hands up towards your toes. Now, we haven't focused on the hamstrings too much, so if there's a bend in your knees, that's fine. And that's really my excuse for having a really tight lower back at this stage and tight hamstrings. But we're going to exhale, extend our arms up. And as you inhale, I want you to lower your legs down, lower your arms back behind you, breathe it in. And as you exhale, reach your feet up, reach your hands up. Let's do 4 more. Breathing in and breathing out. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good. And when you're ready, just bring your knees in towards your chest, bring your feet flat on the floor, and relax. Walk your feet out a little bit wider and let your knees drop inwards. Or if this feels uncomfortable for you today, you can bring your feet together and have your knees wider apart. And just take the time to settle in and find what works for you. Take one hand onto your upper belly, right underneath your ribs, and take one hand onto your lower belly. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. I'm going to take 10 breaths just to relax here, to notice if there's been a shift in our physical body, and maybe as that's happened, if there's been a shift in our mental body. How do you feel right now after having moved and worked this central system so much? We focused on it, we focused on twisting, extending, lengthening, dropping, relaxing. How does your belly feel as you breathe here? And do you notice any effects on your mental mood and your mental space? So just take that time to settle in and feel your hands rise up as you breathe in. Feel them soften down as you exhale. Eight more breaths. Take your final big breath in and out here. And then really gently start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms in both directions on a breath in. And exhale to roll onto your side. Take one full breath in and out here. And then use your right arm to lift yourself up to the top of your mat into a seated position. Make yourself comfy. And to close the class, let's take 3 deep breaths. If you'd like, you can bring your hands onto your belly again. And just breathe into that space. Feel it expand on the inhale. And soften on the exhale. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that you've enjoyed this yoga lesson to help you with your digestive system. I wonder if you felt a shift in your mood as we move into and work with that digestive system and the muscles around the belly, and we help them massage through their processes. Do you feel a shift in your mental space? You can let me know in the comments below. I hope to see you again, and thank you for subscribing. Have a lovely day. Namaste. Hey, if you like that video, then you might like this video. You can click on the screen right now to go and watch that or to save it for later.